Hey guys, this is just another casual back at it again, this time with Vanguard. Today I will be doing a deck profile for my gold Paladins, Gurguit build. So, just a disclaimer, the deck is not actually completely done, but it's done to the point where it works enough for me. So this is pretty much how I play the deck. Okay, so of course the starter is Early Night of Dawn Colwell, because he's probably the best G starter for Gold Paladin. Unite, put him into the soul, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, call 1, gives, and then he gives it +2, and then you shuffle the rest of the cards back into your deck. So yeah, let's move on to the grade 3s. So of course, the main grade 3 is Gurguit, and he's a very defensive card, which is what I like, which not most of the G striders are, so he's a really nice kind of like turnaround compared to the rest of the G units that we're used to, grade 3 units that we're used to. Super looking forward to his new support in GBT 10. Next, our chop suey of grade 3s, Divinity Lancer Dragon, just for early game numbers. Danvalo for on hit pressure, and Dangal just in case you have a very bad top deck. So those are the rest of the grade 3s. Divinity Lancer Dragon is a really good card to call out if you hit with Elio or Heli early game. Next, on to the grade 2s. Just I was speaking Elio. He's a really good early game pressure kind of unit because he is not G restricted, and you can call Divinity Lancer Dragon with him. And he's always just really annoying early game. So I run a set so that if I'm lucky enough I can call 2 on my grade 2 turn and just rush. Yeah. My only downside with him is that he bottom decks, which can be a problem if you get one nice unit and then 2 triggers. But there's a lot of shuffling that goes on in the deck, so I guess it evens out. Next, I run 2 Pwill. The only reason I run 2 is because the deck has a lot of CB problems, so I don't really want to focus too much on counterblasting with the rear guards. There are unflippers, but just to be safe, 2. And I'll just leave them here. Next, I have 2 Paramores. I run 2 Paramores, especially on I like using him on Scourge Point turns because he fills up a lane by himself. Especially, he's really nice, especially after you attack with one lane, then you attack with Scourge Point, then you maybe attack with Pwill, and then you can call him, and then call another lane. Yes, it eats up a lot of counterblast, but I think it's worth it. Probably will be changing him out for a new unit that comes out in GBT 10, depending on what kind of support they get. But other than that, just 2 and 2. And then the last grade 2, I run 2 Marshas. I only run 2 because she's 8k, but she's a common, she's resist, and she unflips at the end of any turn. So I find her to be a staple, if not at 1, then at 2. Yep. I only run 10 grade 2s in this deck. Next, I run 4 Candises, partially because I don't have enough money to buy the Unflipper PG, but also because I need to protect Pwill on opponent's turns, so I need her just in case some units throw out these giant numbers and it's just impossible to guard normally, so Candis can guard rear guards. Plus she comes in the start deck, so it saves you a lot of money. Next, I run 4 Dawning Night GoDucks. I don't know how you pronounce his name, but he's super useful because he's strike fodder, and he helps you get Gurguit. For those of you who did not know, already I think 6 boosters in from when they were first released. So if you didn't know the effect, then I don't know where you guys have been reading. Next, Sunshine Knight Jeffrey. I ran a set because I'll tell you the reasoning later, but he's a free draw basically after you boost with him. So he clears up the field, and he gives you a draw. Set. And I run 3 Knight of Morning Light Horsa. Horsa. So it's basically the peer of Gold Paladin, except you cannot you can't activate the skill until you unite. But unlike peer, you can call any unit and it will work. It will proc the skill. A lot of playtesting and proxying, and it works wonders with with Gloria's reigning. So yeah. I only run 3 because I basically only need 2 on the field, and everything's happy. So Morning Light. Okay, onto the trigger lineup. This one I really had to play around with because I had no idea how I wanted the deck to feel, but then when I realized how I wanted the deck to work, I kept it this way, and it works wonders for me. So first, a set of Scarface Lions. So to build up soul for Gurguit and for an extra draw, and to clear the field, so I can call more without having to think that I'm sacrificing. So set of Scarface Lion. Next, I run 2 gigantic ringers. He's nice because when you superior call another unit, you can put him back to the deck and draw a card, and then the unit that you superior called gets plus 5,000. Just 2 though. And then another 2, player of the Holy Pipe, Jerry. Yeah, Jerry. His ability is Unite. After he boosts or is boosted, so you can attack or boost with him, you have to put him into the soul and then you unflip 1. I find it weird how you have to unflip 1, how you have to put him into the soul, but still doesn't take away from the fact that he charges the soul and he unflips. So just 2 of him. And then of course, what would a gold deck be without a set of Ketchgulls? Ketchgull is amazing because if you superior call him, you automatically unite. And on a Scourge Point turn, he's annoying as hell for the opponent. And also, if you have nothing better to call from a top 4 or a top 3, he's your best and probably only option to call. So, yeah. I've had a few instances where it was Ketchgull, Scarface, the heal trigger, and a Dongull, and I had a full field already. So, it was really sad. Thankfully, when I called him, everything was fine, and I got buffs. So, on to the last, of course, heals, Curable Angel, start deck heal trigger. I run a Thet, of course, because it is nice to clutch heal. Very nice to clutch heal in a game that's as luck-based as Vanguard. Not saying that it is not. Skill-based, but, there's a lot of luck that goes into playing Vanguard. So, that is it for the main deck. And on to the G-Zone. The G-Zone. So first, a set of Reyes because I forgot to take 1 out, and 1 Slamy Flare. So the reason why I only run 1 Slamy Flare is because I'd rather just have the plus 5,000 as opposed to calling a trigger and maybe a grade 1 or grade 2 that I could have superior called instead. So, yeah, but, in Slamy's defense, I have been able to top deck a PG more than once to save my life. So, I still recommend you use at least 1, if not 2, in your deck. Next, I run 2 Rising Shine Dragons. These were promos. I forgot where they came from, but yeah, I run 2 because you basically, if he hits, you can call. He's like a Camp Bell with a counterblast for the extra unit that you call. You check the top 5 when he hits, and then you call 2 units, and then you bottom deck the rest of the units, which is a bit of a downside, which is why most of the time I just use them for G-assist fodder, if ever I have to. Anyway, yeah. You can superior call lane. That's not bad. Next. 2 Ray Breath Dragons, just in case you run out of Counterblast. Just in case. He's not that good, but he's not horrible. Unite, he gets plus 5,000, and the rest of your front row gets plus 2,000. So, yeah. 2, only 2. And then, of course, I run a set of Scourge Point. I probably shouldn't be running a set because I never really use all 4, but it's always a good thing to... He's been a staple ever since he was released in Fighters Collection. So, yeah. And he comes out as a promo in the start deck. So if ever you want to start a Gold Paladin deck, go for 2 start decks. They're basic. You can get 2 for the price of 1 regular trial deck, and it's already really good. And then my glorious reigning is waiting for a partner, which is why I said earlier that I'm only proxying him. Anyway, his ability is really, really good. So you counterblast 1. He's a persona flip. And when he attacks, check the top 7 cards of your deck. Choose the same number of cards, equivalent to the number of face-up cards from your G-zone, and call them to your rearguard circles. Any rearguard circles. And if you called, I think it was 3 or more cards, you unflip 1 and you soul charge 1. So he's basically costless. You just need to have an open counterblast when you use his ability. And he's when he attacks, so you can put any trigger effects that you get onto the rear guards that you call. Really, really good card. He looks evil though. I don't know why, but these 2 circles here, I keep forgetting that's not his face, and it just creeps me out. Anyway, besides that, he's a really good card. And of course, last but not least, I run 2 Sunrise Radiant Sword Gurguit. Just because you can spam his ability, it's amazing. You can pump out like minimum 50 to 60k lanes depending on how your field is, and you know Gurguit himself can be over 100,000. So why not run him? Really good. Still waiting for the GBT10 abilities. So far, only Garmor has come out, and he's pretty good. But I'm not sure if I'll be going back to him as a deck, but we'll see. So if you guys liked what you saw, please leave a comment, suggestion, like, subscribe, tell your friends, and I will see you guys next time.